Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! My name is Draygone Willem Fuzzbottom Jr., and these are some of my patrons. Nicole Spicer, Snow Hazard, Lit Dragon, Wario Land Go Pyramid, Ella Enchanted, and a special thanks to my special sponsor, Theo Vellum. Alright, so this is a Patreon request by Wario Land Go Pyramid. Let me see if I can get this recap done properly, because apparently last time I forgot a couple of details, which actually kind of bugs me because I hate looking like I have no idea what I'm talking about. Particularly when I should know what I'm talking about. Alright, so we are at Phoenix Corporation and we're trying to guide these people out of the building because the building was set on fire by this person, Christina. She is trying to get at this guy right here, Lionel, who is the CEO of Phoenix Corporation, because this company that Lionel is the CEO of killed Christina's mom, who apparently is also named Christina. That was one little detail I forgot, though can you blame me? It was mentioned in one sentence and didn't seem all that important. But it turns out it actually is, because among the branching storylines we had the option to save Steve instead of Christina. And Steve found some files about how this company was raising some cockatiels, that's a type of bird in case you don't know, trying to teach them all a very specific phrase, Christina lives. Apparently, all but one of those birds died. The one bird that didn't die, for some reason, already knew what the phrase was without having to be taught it. Now, because I forgot that Christina is the name of Christina's mom, I thought maybe it has some weird thing to do with Christina herself, and so did Steve, actually, so you can't completely blame me for getting confused about the situation. That said, we don't have all the answers yet. We have an entire set of branches over here to get to. And in order to get to those branches, I do believe we're going to have to save this guy right here. That is Troy. And initially, he took the blame for the death of the security guards and the building catching on fire. And tried to help us escape because, I don't know, it's confusing. Let's actually try to find out what's going on here. I have the option to skip this once again, but like last time, I'm just going to scan through this in case there's any information that I need to refresh myself with. Right, Visitor. We are playing as the Visitor who happened to stumble upon the dead guards while making a delivery of some sort. I find it interesting that Christina is telling everybody to evacuate the building when she doesn't want the CEO to be able to evacuate. However, she definitely did not want Chris to be involved in this, which is why she's surprised when Steve reveals that he's still here working late. How unfortunate that in at least one storyline branch, innocent Steve winds up getting killed because of Christina's revenge. Steve doesn't actually know who Troy is. Does Troy actually work here? In fact, I seem to recall nobody knowing really who he is. They just assumed maybe he didn't. I don't know why. It's something else I forgot, but it's just a theory anyway, so it doesn't matter that I remember it or not. Alright, so here we are on this map again. No matter what, I have to let Christina live. If I don't save Christina, well, one of these other two people are going to die guaranteed, and we can only let one person die. So, go ahead, turn on the water. This time I'm saving Mr. Suicidal. And you know what, Steve? You can just charge headlong into the fire. Then turn the water off so that Christina doesn't die. Today, hopefully, we will find out why Troy here is so suicidal and willing to take the blame for what Christina has done. The fire has been contained. Casualties, Steve. Why? Why save me? Because I'm curious. And also, it's on the road to completion. My thoughts exactly! Why did you leave Steve to die? I could only save one of them, and Troy knew the security code. He's the reason I could save anyone. We need to know what else he knows. Exactly. Ah, now we're thinking. I'm not going to do anything to save anyone from here on in. Tell me now, how did you know the security code? Visitor, check the bodies of those 2 security guards. This better not be a trick. Just do it. Fine. Well, that explains that. What did you find? One of the guards was holding a blue file with a security code Troy told us before written on it. Yeah, we actually learned about this in one of the other branches. They were? A blue file? Those contain the security codes. Each one allows you to lock another fire door. I found the code when I killed them. I thought I'd give you a fighting chance, so I told you the code. You're welcome. Why did you do this? Instead of asking all these questions, why don't you look for a way out? The main room's completely blocked by rubble is why. There should be a staircase in a room near both of you. You're right. I'm heading up now. How does he know this? He's not in the room that Visitor is monitoring the building. He must know the building well on his own. But again, these people don't really know who he is. Fine, me too. So, while we're here, Lionel, could you tell me what the hell it is that this company is set up to do? Don't waste your breath. He's not going to tell you anything. Well, maybe you'd like to explain then. There's nothing to explain. There's a lot to explain. That's a lie and you know it. You both work here. Shouldn't you know what the company does? You'd think. The company mostly buys and sells things in bulk. But there's something dark going on underneath all that. Like what? Beginning scan. Floor B2. Candidates Christina Troy. Huh? Don't worry just yet. Then why would you say anything? Christina. That's a nice name. It's your mother's, correct? What? How could you know that? Answer me! Tell me right now! Calculations complete. Fire on floor B2. 1 casualty unavoidable. Candidates? Christina Troy. Okay, Christina's the one who set this place on fire, but Troy has a very good idea of what's going on. How could you know that? How could you know the code? How could you know one of us is going to die? I told you, I lit the fire. I'm behind all of this. I know everything. Okay, this is going to be a theory that may or may not be true and possibly isn't. But Christina's mom was killed here because of some weird experiment that involved removing her brain. And those birds had something to do with it. I almost wonder if my theory of somebody's brain being implanted in a bird or something is true. Wouldn't it be funny if it turns out that Troy is secretly Christina's mom, Christina, who is currently residing in the body of a bird? No, wait. Time travel! That is the true answer to this question. Time travel. Christina's mom is named Christina because Christina's mom actually is Christina, and then became the bird because she knew that she was going to die, because Christina knew because she was Christina, and so she set fire to this place, and so Troy set fire to this place because Troy was Christina, and he's telling the truth because Troy was Christina. Or something like that. No, that answer's not good enough. Could we do this later? There is no later. Tell me now. I'm not telling anyone anything. Just let me die. Oh, come on. Being stuck in the body of a bird can't be that bad. Urgent. Please enter your security system orders immediately. The chat system has been locked until your decision is made. What is this security system that it decides that nobody can chat while I decide whether somebody lives or dies? Alright, so we're in this room now. Once again, it is a repeat of a level from another branch, in which we let Troy die and Steve live. Situation is different though. We can only lock one door. We can only save one person. Now, being that this is a Patreon request by Warrior Go Pyramid, he has requested that for this episode, I focus on saving Christina. So, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock that door. Unfortunately, despite finding the security code to lock more doors, we can't actually lock more doors. I guess we haven't figured out that part of the security code yet. No, wait, no. That wasn't part of the security code. That was actually a file that we found at the end of the branches, just lying around. So it's not something that's in the room of the security. Alright, so we also need to save him. So let's turn on the water. I won't have you charge headlong into this because, honestly, I don't want you to die. If it were up to me, I'd let you live, but I was told by Wireland. Sorry. And turn the water off so that Lionel doesn't die. The fire has been contained. Casualties, Troy. Well, I guess he finally got what he wanted. Good. The man was a maniac. He cost my company millions already. And he killed 4 people. It'll be 6 if you don't get out of here soon. Alright. I found the stairs. Me too. Beginning scan, floor B1. Alright. In the other set of branches, there was a branch that wound up with this exact situation with these 2 left. And it was a no-win situation. I wonder if this is going to play out exactly the same. I didn't mean to be so callous before. It's just, this will severely impact our operations. Don't you think that might have been the point? What do you mean by that? Troy probably wanted to stop Phoenix whatever messed up things you do here. That is an awkward sentence. I suppose that makes sense. No, impossible. Our business here is strictly confidential. Does that sound like a slip of the tongue to you, visitor? Calculations complete. Fire on floor B1. 2 casualties unavoidable. Candidates, Christina, Lionel. 2 casualties unavoidable. No. So, neither of us is going to live? I'm afraid not. I guess that's fairest, isn't it? What? Well, why would we deserve to live when Steve and Troy had to die? Because Troy was a murderer. And what about Steve? Well, either way, goodbye. 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 Urgent, please enter your security system orders immediately. The chat system has been locked until your decision is made. So, let's just quickly get through this. And that is the bad end. The mystery is not yet solved. You must explore all possibilities to find the truth. Yep, I am quite aware of that. You know what, though? That didn't take too long to go into that branch. I think I have enough time to check out what would have happened had we taken the other branch. And the best part is, I won't have to recap anything because you just saw it. So, you know what? Skip. Alright. This time I'm letting Christina die. It is interesting that in order to figure out what's going on, we're going to have to let her die. There's just something wrong about that. But, whatever. Alright, you know what? Christina really wants Lionel to die, so she's just going to turn on the water and just let him drown. And then Troy is like, nah. The fire has been contained. Casualties, Christina. Not again. You don't sound too happy for someone who's lucky to be alive. Visitor, tell me, what would it take to get you to kill me? You can't ask something like that. You're mad. I've killed all these people. Of course I'm mad. Bikini scan, floor B1. You're going to have to choose between saving me or Lionel soon. Promise me you'll save Lionel. But how do you know that? It doesn't matter. All that matters is I'm a monster and I don't deserve to live. It does matter. Of course it matters. I want to know too. Tell me why you did this. There's not enough time. Besides, you won't believe me. You never believed me until it's too late. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Calculations complete. Fire on floor B1, one casualty unavoidable. Candidates Lionel Troy. It doesn't matter. Just save Lionel. I must concur. Please spare me. Shut up. I want to know what's going on. If I give you answers, will you let me die? If you save me, I'll tell you things Troy doesn't know. I'll tell you what we really do here. Troy, tell me. Then you can die. Okay, but I'll have to be quick. The truth is, I've been here before. What is that supposed to mean? Urgent, please enter your security system orders immediately. The chat system has been locked until your decision is made. Yup, I saw that coming. Which leaves these two over here. Oh boy. You didn't chat fast enough. Alright, let's make this quick. If I'm fast enough, I can save both of them before this video ends. Out of curiosity, though, if we turn on the water, will the water put this out before it spreads to Lionel? Oh, it doesn't matter. This fire is going to get to him if this fire doesn't. Well, in that case, Let's safely perform that experiment. Eh. You better not unlock that door. Ooh, we're flooding the whole building this time. You know, it would be interesting if it was somehow possible on one of the earlier levels to just let this happen and get rid of the fire altogether. But I think no matter what, that would result in too many people dying, so not really an option. Oh, the water is actually going to keep spreading despite having nowhere to spread. So I actually have to turn it off. The fire has been contained. Casualties, Lionel. So this is how it goes, is it? I don't know how much longer I can do this. What are you talking about? What were you saying before the chat cut out? And while we're at it, how do you know everything? And why did you light the fire? There's nothing I can do now. May as well tell you what I know. Beginning scan, ground floor. First things first. The reason I lit the fire... I didn't. Well, there goes my time travel theory. What? That makes no sense. I don't know who really did it, though. I don't know who killed the security guards either. While we're at it, I have no idea what they do here at this company. You're full of crap. How did you know all that stuff, then? How did you know the security code? No fire detected. That's because I put it out. Also because storyline. You're probably not going to believe this. No, I know you're not going to believe this. I knew the security code because I heard you read it out. Okay, maybe the time travel theory is true. You know that makes no sense. You told me it before I ever read it. This time I did. This time? What the hell do you mean this time? I've been here before. I've been here 5 times before. Yep, time travel. The first time, I was in my office doing my work when suddenly the fire alarms went off. I went on to the chat to find out what was happening, and Lionel explained you would need a security code to save anyone. Alright. So, this is going on in the assumption that Troy was not involved in this situation the first time. We all scrambled around looking for a blue file before you finally found one. That's when I found out the code. Then you had to make decisions. Steve died, Christina died, Lionel died. I was the only one left. I had to keep going. I found a room called the Tempest Entrance. I went inside and there was a bright light, and suddenly, well, you won't believe this bit. Suddenly, I was back before the fire, sitting in my office. What? I don't know how, but I traveled through time. Yay! I was so glad to hear you all alive, but none of you remembered what had happened. You all thought I was insane. But, just like this time, because I knew the code, you thought I could save everyone. So, once again, Steve died, then Christina, then Lionel. I got to the end, back to the Tempest entrance. Let me read this again. I got to the end, back the Tempest. It would help if I... So many times I try to put emphasis on a typo, but then fail at reading. Whatever. It happened again. And again. And again. 5 times it's happened. Yeah. Oops. Well, technically it hasn't. You just don't remember those other times. That's a lot to take in. I'm not sure I believe you. If that's true, why did you say you were the arson? Because I just want to die. 5 times now. I've watched them all die just so I can live. And for what? So I can go back and watch them die again. I wanted you to think I was evil. Who would save a murderer over an innocent life? Me, apparently. None of my plans to save the others have worked. Not one. I'm just tired. So, now what? I've checked everywhere. All the doors are locked, just like last time. I have no choice. I have to go back to the start. Or you could just wait there and wait for the visitor to leave and come back with help. I mean, the fire has been contained. Wait! You don't have to. The fire's contained now. If you just wait there, someone will come and find you. I really am the visitor. No, I can't let the loop end. I can't let the loop end until someone else survives. I've been through too much. I'm ready to die. Whoever makes it out of this building should want to live. But if you go back, what happens to me? What happens to this world once you go? I have no idea. Does that mean that there are now 5 worlds out there in space or time or wherever where you've just disappeared and everyone else is dead? Oh boy, we're getting into this theory, aren't we? When you put it like that, I guess you're right. But how is that possible? My guess is as good as yours. Come to think of it, in the first episode, didn't Christina also wind up going into that room? And Steve might have also gone into that room. I'm outside the Tempest entrance now. This is it. I guess so. I'll see you again soon. Just, you won't see me. I still can't wrap my head around this at all. It is better than the theory I gave earlier in this episode. Goodbye. Goodbye. Troy is disconnected. Reason signal lost. Visitor has disconnected. And that is Troy end. Now, as I was going through this, it occurs to me that there is going to be some sort of combining of episodes here. Like, after getting this last one done, there's going to be one in which I actually do save everyone, correct? Because these two have mentioned that there is in fact a door, or there is in fact a code that allows multiple doors to be locked. However, I don't know for sure if there is a converging storyline, and I'm going to feel kind of silly if I end this episode now, and then next week, the episode is one single puzzle. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue this now. Besides, this way I don't have to do a recap back to this point. Not again. Oh wait, I can skip this. We already saw this part in this very same episode. So, let us instead save Lionel. Turn on the water. Yeah, I guess this would have to put the fire out before it reaches Lionel. Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to save him like this. Alright, turn that off so he doesn't die. Yeah, okay. Was tempted to flood things again, but nah, let's move on. Fires contained, casualties Troy. Ah, excellent. You have made the right decision. I'm not so sure there was a right decision. Now you made a promise. Very well. A deal's a deal. What do you want to know? Beginning scan, ground floor. I want to know Christina was talking about. What's going on in this company? Christina herself has no idea what we do here. She was right about one thing, though. Here at Phoenix Corporation, we buy and sell large stocks of cheap products just to keep the books looking busy. It's a front. Alright, so it turns out Lionel is not just some guy who works there and has no idea what's going on in the rest of his company. Our true interest here is time travel. You don't say. Time travel? That is indeed what I said. And you expect me to believe that? I don't care what you believe. You asked for the truth, and here it is. Now, if you'll let me continue, we in fact have a fully functional time machine in this facility. But the time machine we have constructed doesn't quite work like the ones you might see in the movies. As in, it does nothing because time travel isn't real? If you're not going to listen, I don't see why you bothered saving me. No, our time travel doesn't affect physical objects. Well, that doesn't sound very useful. What can it do? Let me think over this right now. It doesn't affect physical objects. What do you mean it doesn't affect physical objects? Does that mean if you go back in time, suddenly you're not wearing the clothes because the clothes couldn't travel back in time with you? Or do you mean like physical objects don't get younger by going through it? No fire detected. It can carry a person's consciousness through time. Consciousness? Their thoughts, their personality, their likes and dislikes, their experiences, and their memories. Our machine can carry those things through time. You know, I don't believe a word of this. I do! Maybe one of those birds wound up going through the time machine and its consciousness was brought to another bird, and so that's why it already knew what the phrase was. But that doesn't explain what the phrase Christina lives is about. It's your own loss. So if I was to hop in this machine and go an hour into the future, what would actually happen? Your consciousness would leave your body, and effectively you would die. Die? At first. Then, after an hour, your consciousness would re-enter your body, and you would come back to life, not even realizing an hour had passed. That's impossible! We've done it successfully. People, birds, dogs, anything with a brain can travel in our machine. Well, so much for Christina's mom then. But what use is that sort of time travel? Your body would start to decompose if you went forward more than a few hours. That is true. We're still experimenting with methods of preserving the body that would allow the consciousness to later re-enter it. Currently, freezing seems promising. But this is not where our true interest lies. If a person travels forward through time, they can visit distant eras and the like, but they can still only live for the 80 years their body dictates. But what if one was to travel backwards? You mean back to when they were younger? Exactly. They would retain their memories and experiences gained over time, but they would have a younger body. Unless they were in an accident and died instantly, they could live forever. Would it be worth it though? Living like Groundhog Day style through your life, the same life over and over again? Whoa! Whoa! Yes, with our machine, no one has to die. That would be huge. But does it work? We believe so. What's that supposed to mean? Our tests traveling forward have gone exactly to plan. However, in our tests, things didn't quite work so well going backwards. What happened? Our human test subject entered the machine. We activated it, her consciousness left her body, and unfortunately, it never came back. She died. Well, yeah. I mean, her consciousness was sent back in time, so of course it wouldn't be there going forward. Probably talking about Christina's mom here. That's terrible. What went wrong? We have dedicated every resource we have available to discover the cause of this problem. And you haven't worked it out? We think the machine may have worked. What? How can you say that when someone died? It is an incredibly complicated concept, but I will explain it to you. First, though, you have to do something for me. I have entered the code to unlock access to the rooms on the ground floor. I'm in the Tempest room. Come meet me here. But why? Why can't you tell me now? Lionel has disconnected. Reasons signal lost. Lionel? Where'd you go? I guess I have no choice now. I have to go find you. Visitor has disconnected. Lionel N. But it's not giving me the message. Ooh, the end is near. The final timeline has appeared. I would totally name that the next episode that. However, that would probably spoil what's going on to anybody who's going through this and just happens to glance at the names of the later episodes. I was right though, there is a final timeline. So I suppose I could have just not done this and saved it for next week. Then again, this is a good point to end this, so let's quickly end this. Down at the bottom of the screen is all of my patrons. Give them all a chance to go ahead and get through. Yep, all their names have gone through now. So, next time, we will go through the final timeline and save everyone, presumably with the security code that allows the lockage of multiple doors. I'll see you then.